gladiators. They are champions. They're hustlers and Hall of Famers. They're the world's greatest pool players. And they've come to the International Pool Tour's King of the Hill 8-Ball Shootout for two very good reasons. To win the biggest prize money the sport has ever known, and to dethrone the current King of Pool, Mike the Mouth Siegel. Meet Mike Siegel, voted the world's greatest living pool player. Taught Tom Cruise how to shoot pool in the color of money. 10-time world champion. Today, he wears the crown. But nothing can prepare this legend for what awaits. Drama, excitement, and the most challenging pool competition ever. Take your cue. The world's most amazing players. The hottest pool action ever. $1 million on the table. Get ready for the ultimate break.
Let's get ready to rock on!
It's the International Pool Tour. It's good to be king.
We are back at the International Pool Tour's King of the Hill 8-Ball Shootout. Clearly a historic event in the annals of pool. Matt Vasgersian here along with the current IPT king, the man voted the world's greatest living player, Mike the Mouth Siegel. Also with us is IPT founder Kevin Trudeau. And guys, we're experiencing a whole new look at the world of pool here at the IPT.
Well, Matt, these are the top players from all around the world, and they're competing in a round-robin format here for over $1 million in prize money. It's by far the largest prize money and pressure in the history of the game.
Well, adding to the drama still is the fact that we're now in round 2, which means that the surviving players have inched a bit closer to the ultimate goal, facing this guy in the final. But before they get there, they'll need to keep winning on the biggest stage in pool history. So let's meet some of the players who we'll see in this pressure-filled round 2.
Corr Duel, the young gun, 3-time junior champion, one of pool's hottest rising stars. Raj Hundal, player of the year in England, European Mosconi Cup member. Marlon Marvelous Manalo, 2004 WPC winner, one of the most feared players in pool today. Sean Putnam, Big Bubba's a 6-time consecutive Viking Tour Player of the Year.
Here are the International Pool Tour rules. The game is 8-ball. Traditional tough tournament conditions apply. The pockets are 4.5 tight inches. The table has a slow nap cloth. You must call ball and pocket, no slop. You must break from the box. No breaking from the side rail allowed. The winner continues the break. The matches are a race to 8. The first player to win 8 games wins the match. Here's how the IPT round-robin format works. Round 1 featured the 30 greatest and most feared pool players in the world. The top 15 players advance to round 2. These 15 players will now compete head-on in 3 groups of 5 players each. The top 2 players from each group will emerge victorious and move on to round 3. These 6 players are placed into 3 groups and have to face their greatest challenge yet. They must play the legendary Hall of Famers. The top 2 players from each group will move on to face each other in round 4. The winner of round 4 will then face a date with destiny and will challenge 10-time world champion and pool legend Mike the Mouth Siegel.
All roads indeed lead to Mike Siegel, awaiting the winner of the round-robin format. The next 2 players hope for their shot. Young gun Corr Duel faces the UK's Raj Hundal, a European Mosconi Cup team member and one of pool's most feared young players. Here in the race to 8, Corr has jumped to a 5-3 lead. This is a key round 2 match for both.
All right, here's Raj.
Now there's a great break there. Look how the balls have spread open on that break.
Now, both of these players are 1 and 2. This is a major, major match because whoever loses this match is going to be on his last legs and may not go into the next round.
He elected to take stripes. See the combination he played there? He elected to take solids.
Oh, he took solids, yeah.
But he hit the stripe, right?
Which you can do on the first shot after the break.
This match is really one of the more interesting to watch because these were 2 of the younger favorites, if you will. Raj, the youngest player to ever receive a #1 ranking in the UK. We've already seen Corr Duel and talked about his 28-year-old stylings.
Yeah, this Raj, I've actually seen him play a little bit, and he is very impressive. You know, they're more snooker players, so they're coming from that pocket the ball very well. But he also has knowledge. If you watch him run out, he kind of looks like he knows what he's doing, which is a big part of the 8-ball. But he still has his work cut out for him in this game. Now, he's made a great shot here. You see he's going up for he tried to get up for the 3 and 5, I believe. He didn't get quite where he wanted to. Now, this is not I think he's playing a billiard here. That's exactly what he did. See, he hit the 5 first, and the cue ball hit the 3, the red ball, and it went in. That wasn't an easy shot. He made it look easy, but that was not an easy shot by no means. Actually, he's got a problem here. He's got the 7, the 6, and the 5 left with the 8-ball. But I don't believe... Yeah, he's got a little angle on this.
Now, you don't like to do that,
No.
mostly hit other balls.
No, see,
bump other balls.
I'm watching some of these guys run out, and I very rarely hit a ball in 8-ball unless I want to do that, but that's where you run into problems. But
that was a great shot right there.
He made a great shot. I mean,
and he's in position for his next shot.
Yeah, so he's actually doing well, but what happens is you keep playing in these matches over and over again, all the matches they're playing, a lot of times that's going to come up to bite you, where you hit a ball and something funny is going to happen, and that's what win and loses matches.
Now, he drew that cue ball back a lot off the rail.
And again...
He's got a funny angle here.
He's what we call the 50-yard line, where it's a tough shot in the side pocket and a tough shot in the corner pocket. Now, this is not an easy shot.
So coming from a snooker UK background,
right.
He's good at pocketing the balls, but maybe not as good as moving the cue ball around to get in position for the next shot.
Exactly right. And somewhere down the road, these shots are going to be missed.
Well, let's see if he makes it.
He makes a great shot.
Look at that. He made it. It's unbelievable.
So Raj Hundal narrows the gap on Corey Duel, and we'll come back to this table in just a bit, but when we return to the IPT, we'll see how Karen Corr fares in her first round 2 match against Danish star Nick Vandenberg. It's 8-ball at its best here at the International Pool Tour. Karen Corr, the Irish invader, surprised many with her near-flawless performance in round 1. She beat Johnny Archer, Jose Perica, Grady Matthews, and Nick Vandenberg, the former European champion, who she plays again here in round 2. She's jumped out to a 7-4 lead in the race to 8 against Vandenberg, and guys, it seems as though she's got his number.
Well, she's got everybody's number right now. I mean, she beat Johnny Archer
Yeah.
and just played flawless. She's played spectacular pool. Well, Nick's got the break.
And he's already lost to Corr once, so I mean, that works on your mind.
Did he make a ball?
He made a ball, but this is a very tough run, and I can already tell, because the people sitting in the chair and the people shooting can analyze the game. Forget about that. If you look at the rail, you see a stripe and a solid and a stripe. See on this bottom?
Yeah.
So regardless how you play this, you are going to have problems with this run out. Regardless what happens, this is a very tough run out. Very tough.
So unlike 9-ball, because this is 8-ball, now thinking becomes a major part.
Of course. Yeah. This game, all the decisions are yours. In 9-ball, the game tells you how to run out. Now, see, he actually missed. To be honest with you, it's probably the best thing he could have done, even though he didn't like missing, because the odds are that the person that shoots, you see he misses this ball, but the balls are still in a similar position. You look down that rail, so Corr is still the underdog to run this rack out.
But she's winning 7-4. She's just got to win one more game to win the match. This is the first match for both of them. Early in the morning after a grueling 10 hours yesterday.
Yeah, thank God I haven't done that one yet.
Oh, that's part of the plus of being the current king of the hill.
Yeah.
They're coming after you.
Yeah, I was laying by the pool this afternoon.
Yeah, but how much?
Yeah.
Wow,
She
big
missed that
miss.
ball.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. She might have done that on purpose. She might have done that on purpose because, again, this rack is one of these, you need a cue ball in hand to actually run this rack properly because you have the 10 and 6, which is in the left corner of the screen, and down that rail you have, again, a stripe solid, a solid stripe. Very tough to run this table. Now, he broke that. Now he's in trouble.
Wow, did you see all the English on the cue ball after that shot?
He played that ball, and he tried to break it out, which he did a good job of that. Actually, I think he can make the one. See, now he's really not in real bad position, but it's still very tough. Now, he hit that way too hard. You hear him say shh like that.
And the Irish invader is doing some big-time processing here, trying to figure out exactly what map he's taking.
Yes, and he still has problems. If you look at the upper left corner of the screen, you got the 6-10, the 4, and the 12, I believe. He makes a nice shot
now,
here.
He's trying to get the cue ball where?
For the 3, the red ball. And he does not, he has too much angle. Way too much angle.
Yeah. As he wasn't happy there. And that's that slow cloth. The cloth is the slow nap cloth.
He's got to hit this with a lot of left English and try and make the cue ball go towards his right hand there. See what he did there? But he didn't hit that well. He did not hit that very well at all. Now he's really got problems.
So now he's got to play the 6 ball, but he doesn't have a shot.
Yeah,
he's got to bank it or something.
Yeah, and then the 4 is still tied up. I didn't like the way he played that. The European players don't what we call spin the cue ball. You had to really English the ball. No, I don't know. He's banking the 4, missed it. Tried to hit the 6. I mean,
now it went in that pocket, but he didn't call that pocket.
Now, in 9 ball, that would count. In 8 ball, you must call your pocket.
Right, because 9 ball's a luckier game.
There you go. So all these things that we've talked about, 8 ball versus 9 ball, are showing up almost in every match we see. Corr now has a great opportunity. I mean,
all the balls are wide open now.
Yes. Now, all she has to do is pocket the ball.
If she wins this game, she wins her first match of this round.
And she looks very good now. I mean, it's the worst feeling in the world to run almost all the balls or maybe leave the 8 or a ball before the 8 and watch your opponent.
You know, which that might get back to what you talked about earlier, Mike. She might have missed that corner ball with a reason earlier.
And, you know, I'm one of the few guys that would have noticed that, because if I was playing her and she did that, I go, what do you think, I'm going to shoot first? I'm not shooting first this rack. And to be honest with you, that's probably what she did.
Would you say this layout is relatively easy?
Yes.
At this point?
Yes, I'm not going to make any predictions because I've seen the easiest shots in the world missed. But the idea in 8 ball, when the balls are like this, is for the viewing audience. You want to try and position the cue ball in a spot where you have multitude of shots, not just go for one shot at a time. So she's done that. Now she's following the cue ball out. Now she's actually playing for the 14, the green stripe ball. So, you know, Vandenberg knows, the lights are dimming right now because...
Well, it's the start of a long day for both players.
Yeah.
You know, surprisingly, Corr, I've been watching her throughout the tournament. She's impressing me a lot. I mean, I've watched Fisher, unfortunately, is out. But Corr, now she hit that a little too hard. I like going 2 rails around the 8.
So you would have put different English on the cue ball.
Yes. This is for the game and the match. Karen Corr continues her winning ways here at the International Pool Tour.
Tough shot.
She makes a great shot here. She did not have to make that.
Corr wins the match as our Danielle Roberts caught up with the Irish invader after her victory.
So, Karen, congratulations. You just beat Nick yet again. People have been mentioning that you have a powerful break. They're surprised at that. Have you been practicing for the King of the Hill?
Oh, I think it went from 10 mile an hour yesterday to maybe 11 today. You know, it's maybe not quite as strong as some of the guys, but thankfully I was making a few balls on it. So.
Coming up, we rejoin Corey Duel and Raj Hundal in a must-win match for both players. This is the International Pool Tour. Real pool, real rules, real money.
And yeah, lots of it.
I'm Raj Hundal from West London. I'm the next King of the Hill because I'm young, I'm dangerous, I'm talented, and the pound's stronger than the dollar. My mum and dad, they really wanted me to go and study and become a doctor or a lawyer. I couldn't do it, it's not in me. I played pool for the first time when I was 17. The game is such an artistic game, so many different shots, and it's a real beautiful game to watch and play. I mean, there's times you're in the arena, you play a great match. You feel like you're a gladiator in the Colosseum fighting. You know, the crowds are roaring, and it's awesome. The IPT, the King of the Hill event, this is taking pool to a whole new level and a whole new stage. It's like when man landed on the moon. And I think the world right now is going to open their eyes and see how beautiful this game really is.
Raj Hundal of England, one of pool's cool young pros. He was the youngest player to ever achieve the #1 ranking in the UK, but he's hanging on for dear life here against Southern California's Corr, Duel, the 3-time junior champion who's won the last 2 games in this match and now has a 7-4 lead. Both Corr and Roger 1-2 in this round, so a loss here for either player would almost surely spell elimination.
Well, let's see what Corey's break looked like here.
And that 8-ball stayed cemented in the table. Wow.
I know I look like a sissy, but I make a ball.
He said he hits him like a sissy, but he makes a ball. Well, you know, he's broke hard going off the table, broke easy, a ball doesn't fall.
That's hardly a sissy break. Come on.
There's really no way to predict how the balls are going to break or if you're going to make one or not, but he realistically has a good run out here. Nothing is really tied up. You got balls close together, but they all, what we say, go. So he's elected to take the stripes, but you know, he has a good chance to run this table.
Well, he wins this game, he wins the match.
And with 3 losses in this format, which is something new we've started, 3 losses is almost, I mean, it's a possibility, very slim, that you're still going to be in the tournament. So you got to get out to a big start in this.
Do you ever played Corey?
Actually, no. I've never played Corr Duel. Raj, this is the first time I've actually ever seen him.
These young guys think that they can take you down.
Yeah, well, they're dreaming. Okay, so they can forget that.
You know, it's something we've referenced before, though. I mean, for the first time in this sport, conditioning actually plays a factor. These guys are on their feet playing for 10 hours at a time over a span of 3, 4, 5 days.
Well, the 9-ball versus 8-ball. See, I mean, I'm older. I'm 52 years old. If we were playing 9-ball, I would say these guys would have a real good shot at beating me because they're younger, their break and everything else, even though my break is good. 8-ball is a different animal. That's the game I grew up playing, straight pool. I run the balls probably as well as anybody. I break great, and it's a lot of decision making. You see the way these guys run out, and you watch me run out. It's a night and day difference.
See, and if the thing is, if we don't think so, we'll just ask you.
Yes, exactly
you
right.
Tell us how great.
Well, even here, Corr Duel has gotten a little out of line. He's got a big angle on this 11 ball, a lot more angle than he would like. Let's see what he does here. He had what we could say kill the cue ball. You see. So, I mean, these guys are, you know, they're all over the table, even though they pocket the balls right.
Now, where is he going to play the 8?
Well, he's on the wrong angle, so he has to follow a little. He'll play the 8 in this corner pocket. It looks tight, but he's got room for it to go in.
And Raj is getting ready to go back with Dwayne and rerun here. There you go. That'll do it.
Those ugly guys.
Corr Duel with a do-or-die win against Raj Hundal here at the International Pool Tour. Next, Johnny Archer in his must-win match against the pool champ formerly known as the Love Sponge.
Chop up Johnny Archer.
The only thing is we can't play for dinner, because if we play for dinner, I got no chance to win. You know what I'm saying?
You're watching the International Pool Tour. For a schedule of events and to learn how you can qualify to play for over $8 million in prize money, log on to internationalpooltour.com.
Sean Putnam from Youngstown, Ohio. This is all business here. I mean, this is real money. Before I'm playing for $1,000 and I'm really happy. Now it's like, you know, there's no messing around or joking around at this tournament. This is all business. I'm gonna try to have as much fun as I can, but when it comes down to it, the money is too great and the responsibility of trying to win that is too big to take a chance. There's a mental part of the game that has to kick in. And if you don't have that seasoning from being on the road and sleeping in cheap motels your whole life, it's really hard to make it out here when you come up against the top-ranked players that have been doing it their whole life. They have an edge on you.
I'm here with Sean Putnam. Sean, I saw you chilling out in the green room. You ready for this big match coming at you?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I get to play my captain, Johnny Archer.
That's right. He's under the gun, too. This is a big match here.
Yeah, I have 2 losses, and for me to advance, I have to win my next 2 matches.
All right, we're looking forward to this battle.
Thank you.
May the best man win.
Hopefully. Hopefully the fattest man wins.
All right, a moment of levity as we come back to the high-pressure round 2 here at the International Pool Tour. Next up, it's Sean Big Bubba Putnam versus the Scorpion Johnny Archer. Some other great pool coming up as well with Marlon Manalo, Thorsten Hohmann, and Corey Duel all trying to advance into round 3. Mike, one of the most lethal weapons in pool is Johnny Archer. The Scorpion, however, has been a bit inconsistent in the tournament thus far. He's 1-2 in the round. He does lead Sean Putnam 7-2 in the race to 8 in our next match, so Archer must win here. Okay, let's go poolside. It's Archer versus Putnam. Johnny trying to close out a must-win here in round 2.
Now Johnny's break.
Boy, he's got a hard break. Phew. And I don't think he made one, though.
And this is a must. This is a must-win for both of them. But Johnny's down in this round 1 and 2, so he's got to win this match.
Yes, they both have to win. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on this. A lot of pressure. It's a little different format. It's not only thinking of the game, you also have to think of your position in the tournament.
Sean Putnam has a ways to go to come back in this one, down 7-2.
See, he's another one of these players. I'm watching these guys, and he's one of these kind of quick, he's got that 9-ball momentum, where in 8-ball, you really got to kind of take your time and a few times and see. He makes a good combination here.
Did he leave that ball funny?
It is actually a little funny.
10-ball.
Now, see, he gambled there. You see on the 9? He actually got lucky he got a shot there, to be honest with you.
It was a great shot, but he was lucky a little bit.
Very lucky.
I mean,
and you're right, Mike. There's not a lot of deliberating going on here. He is right at it.
And he luckily made that ball. On these tight pockets, that doesn't have to go in. He's what we call all over the golf course. See, I mean, he's pocketing the balls, but his position and the way he's thinking, it's not, really in tune for the 8-ball.
You haven't played him either.
No, but I'm watching, and again, he's in a funny situation here. And I don't know what he was doing there. I mean, to be honest.
He had no shot there, did he?
I don't think so. See, that's what I'm saying. These guys are not controlling the cue ball. They're not running the patterns the correct way.
Now, you haven't been in the game for 10 years.
Right.
I mean, a lot of these guys you haven't played. And again, they think they can take you down.
No.
But you're watching them play now.
Yes, I don't think so. No. Well, my knowledge alone in this game.
What about Johnny?
Well, Johnny's a great player. I played him many times. I mean, we're very close. I know how he plays. I still like my chances. I think my knowledge and knowing the game of 8-ball, I think, is a dramatic advantage.
It's Johnny's wife, taking it all in here, hoping that her husband gets a crack at you, Mike.
Yeah, that's the worst thing in the world. My wife, when she would watch me play, I mean, they're just sitting there chewing the nails off because there's nothing they can do.
Well, let's watch Johnny here. I mean, he's very deliberate. He's not a very fast player, is he?
No. He's a good 8-ball player. I mean, he ran 115 out in a straight pool tournament that I happened to win in 1992, the U.S. Open, which surprised me. I mean, he really... once you learn straight pool, you can play any game. A lot of the young players today are 9-ball players. Look at that shot.
Did you see the ball spin back? That's called drawing the cue ball the length of the table.
Yeah.
So he had to put extreme low English.
Yes.
Hit the cue ball very low with a lot of snap.
Yes, and on a slow cloth, that's a very tough shot. You don't see the girls, again, going back to I'm probably going to get all the emails, but the girls don't draw the ball. They mostly follow the ball. It's much more difficult. You need a powerful stroke to draw the ball that length, especially on a very slow cloth.
Well, that was a heck of a shot.
Well, he has an open table. I think the 8 and the 5, the two balls up in the top right corner.
Here he goes, picking away.
Yeah, he's picking. He likes doing the picking. This shot doesn't have to go in either. It's kind of a long shot.
2 rails. Did you like the way he's running the table?
Yes. No, he did exactly. In other words, he tried to get out in the center of the table, which would give him a shot of the 7 or the 3. Well, that was a very smart play there. So now he'll play the 7. If he went a little further, he could have played the 3. Again, same thing, see?
Now, the 5 ball that's tied up with the 8,
Yes.
that's okay?
Obviously, it must go because he has no concern over that. He hasn't even looked at that, so that must go, even though on camera it looks a little different.
Stop the cue ball.
Now he's got a low angle for the 6. He's probably going to go across the table for this.
Well, if he wins this game, he wins the match, and he goes 2-2 in this round.
But he has left the cue ball just about everywhere he's wanted to in this game.
And I think that's the difference when you look at the great players. Not only are they making the balls, but they're putting the cue ball where they want.
Yes. Obviously, that went.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Did he play a little low right English?
Low right English. He
Wow.
came off the rail, and he's got a pretty nice shot on the 8.
I'd say. Sean Putnam very aware of his fate.
Shetland's probably out of the tournament.
So the Scorpions still stinging. Johnny Archer, the 9-time Player of the Year, wins a key match, evens his record in round 2. There is more pooled action to come at the International Pool Tour. $1 million on the table. Who advances to the next round and gets closer to Mike the Mouth Siegel?
Bring him on, baby. I'm waiting.
The International Pool Tour is brought to you by NaturalCures.com. It's your alternative to drugs and surgery.
It's the International Pool Tour. Real pool, real rules, real money. More than $1 million on the line to be exact. And Marlon Marvelous Manalo of the Philippines and Germany's Thorsten Hitman Hohmann are vying for their share. This is a matchup of two commanding players. Manalo yet to lose here in the tournament, so Hohmann really has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, Manalo's leading 7-4 here in the race to 8. Whoever wins this has a real leg up on round 2. Now, let's see this guy's break. Now, I don't know this. Look at this break. You see how far his cue went and how it bent?
Yeah.
Another.
Did he make a ball?
I think he did, but another Filipino to contend with. I mean, these guys come. I don't know where they come
the
from.
cue ball is now stuck, isn't it, against the 1?
Yes. That's a little unlucky. That's a little
But
unlucky.
he didn't make a ball.
Well, that's unlucky for.
Thorsten, now
Yeah.
he's got to get up there and play.
Well, sometimes when you're leading a match like this, you need things like that to help you out. And you can see he makes a great break. You know, and it's rare that Manalo does not make a ball in the break. Now he didn't make one, and he leaves him in a very tough situation. He's got to play a safety. And makes a great safety play. That was not easy. The cue ball hits the rail.
Which it has to.
Yes. So that was not easy to do, especially when you're real close to the ball. But you can see the expression on his face.
Yeah, a legal shot is when you have to hit the object ball, and then after the cue ball hits the object ball, either the object ball or the cue ball has to hit a rail.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not a legal shot, and the opponent gets ball in hand.
Now, here's a funny thing. He plays a great safe, but he actually, the ball he hit, leaves a combination for the 1-5 in the side pocket. And that's really about his only shot.
See, you see a combination there that the layman sees nothing.
Well, that was a little unlucky for Hohmann again. See,
he makes it.
Yeah, he made a great shot. Now, this rack is not easy, but the balls are open where they all go. Okay, there's still some tricky position play left to this. He's going to cut the 6 in right here. Now, anything can happen on a shot like this. See, you got lucky. He made a few hits there.
Cue ball's in the middle of the table.
Cue ball's in the middle of the table. Of course, I'm looking ahead. He has one problem, and that's right where the cue ball is now. See how fast he's trying to take care of that problem?
Yeah.
The two balls stuck together right there. He has to get the cue ball about where it is to have any kind of a shot to play that. I believe it's the 2 ball, the blue one. He's got a little bit more angle than he would like. But see, the smart thing in 8 ball, I try and tell people, I give lessons and everything else, you got to try and take care of the problems as early as possible.
And problems mean balls that are stuck together
Yes.
or don't easily go into a pocket.
Exactly right. So a lot of people will run the easy shots off and then at the end have some problem, miss, and they lose the game. Where a top player will try and eliminate the problem as quickly as possible. Now, he's got a pretty tough shot here in the side pocket. He's close to the ball with a cut. See, he doesn't like it.
Yeah. Speaking of problems.
This is tough. Does he make it? Does he make it? Does he make it?
Oh, wow, that's a heck of a shot.
That's a great shot there.
Guy with a big break like Manalo and clearly a finesse game.
Yes. You can tell now the way he runs out, he very rarely hits a ball unless he plans it. If you watch this guy run out, now he's, like I said, he's new on the scene, got a phenomenal break, and he plays great under pressure, and he knows what he's doing. I mean, a guy like this is very tough to beat. Now he's coming out towards the center of the table. All he has to do is play the 7, the ball in the side pocket, and then the 8, but I believe he's got a little bit more angle than he would like. So it's not over yet. He has to play the 7 in the side and slide the cue ball down and just go past the 9, the yellow stripe ball, to have a shot on the 8. So let's see what he does here. Very tricky. Did he make it? Yes. See, now that was a great touch right there. This guy's got a great touch in the game.
He didn't have a big margin of error there.
No, not at all.
For the match.
Marvelous Marlon Manalo continues his unbeaten streak here at the International Pool Tour's King of the Hill 8-ball shootout. Next up, Corr Duel tries to thaw out the Iceman. Duel versus Immonen in a marquee round 2 matchup. Take your cue. More round 2 action of the International Pool Tour coming your way.
Hi, my name is Corr Duel. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I started playing pool when I was 14, and I've been playing 14 years. I don't have a nickname. I like to call myself Big Corey. Well, it was tough for me to grow up playing pool because nobody really wanted me to do it, and I was just out to prove everybody wrong, of course. It was just kind of my place to get away, and it still is. You know, if I have a lot on my mind or whatever, I'll just go hit balls and just, I can get away from everything on the pool table.
Round 2 action at the International Pool Tour continues with Mika the Iceman Immonen of Finland versus the young gun Corr Duel. Mika playing very well, leads 6-3 in the race to 8. In a very interesting matchup here, guys.
Well, Mika's already 2-0 in this round, and Corey's 1-1, so this is a major match for both players. And Corey's got the break.
I gotta pull through here.
Oh. He goes, great break. He flew off the table. He went to China there. Watch this. Whoa. Luckily the referee wasn't over there. Now, there's the point of hitting the balls what we call solid. It's not necessarily how hard you hit them to a degree. You must hit the one solid, which means the cue ball is not flying. I mean, look, he went over 4 tables there.
He could have hurt
Start
somebody.
issuing helmets here in the stands.
Now, Mika is an athlete, and of all the pool players, Mike, when you were playing full time,
right?
Athletics wasn't a major factor.
No, but it is now. I mean, I haven't been exposed to this. Obviously, I'm in the finals. I'm not going through this grueling schedule. But the next event that we start playing, I will be doing that. And I've been working out, trying to take care of myself because the longevity here, you can see he's trying to analyze the table. It's still tough with ball in hand.
Well, Mika may have an advantage in the tournament because he is an athlete. He's in the gym every day.
Yes.
And pool now is a sport. 10 hours a day on your feet, plus all the thinking. So you have physical and mental stamina as a requirement. Otherwise, you can't win.
Yes, and that's going to be a big factor as we keep playing this. Now, he's got ball in hand. You see immediately he's trying to take care of this situation where the 2 balls are kind of stuck together, which is a smart play.
Yeah, to your earlier point, take care of the trouble first.
Yes, and that's what a top player does.
So that's an easy shot, but he took care of it right away.
Yes. Now, his next problem is going to be, which he's taking care of again, after he plays this ball here, the ball on the end rail, the bottom rail. He's got a little bit more angle on this, I think, than he would like. He makes a nice shot and bumps the ball. And there you go. Now, see, this is my point again. I keep saying this. You cannot keep bumping balls playing 8-ball.
And since most of these players are 9-ball players,
yes,
it's not a factor.
Well, I mean, now he's tied up those 3 balls, and I see he's looking. See, that ball does not go anywhere. He has got. I mean, he's going to have to play this ball right now, and draw the cue ball off the rail and try and hit the 7 and 12 is what I think he's going to try and do.
Oh, he's using a lot of English, spinning that.
He's done it perfectly.
Wow.
He's done it perfectly.
Did he leave himself enough space between the 7 ball, though?
I think he did, but watch how he
Look at all
executes.
the English he's playing. So he's spinning the ball. See how
Yes.
low left of center to get the ball to do that.
He makes a nice shot, and I'm not sure if he had. But see, that's extra work that he has to do because when he shot the ball on the rail, he hit that ball and they tied up. Now I believe he has a shot. Now the rack is fairly open.
With the slightest margin for error there.
Yeah, he actually got a little lucky that he had the easy shot in the 13 to break those out. If he doesn't have that shot, he's in big trouble.
Now it's pretty much academic from here.
So Mika Immonen, an athlete, to your earlier point, Kevin, who once completed the Dublin Marathon in under 4 hours, maybe representing the new guard of pool champion.
Although, look at this. He gave himself, look at the shot. Look, this is not easy.
No.
Over the 7 for the win.
That makes it look easy.
Mika takes his 7-3 lead. He's on the hill against Corr. Duel. A win here literally assures Immonen of advancing to round 3. Mike Siegel, he's playing pretty well.
Well, he'd better play the same if we meet in the finals.
Mike, the mouth has spoken. More International Pool Tour when we return.
You're watching the International Pool Tour. For a schedule of events and to learn how you can qualify to play for over $8 million in prize money, log on to internationalpooltour.com.
I'm Mike Siegel. I'm the current king of the hill because, number 1, I'm leading money winner, and number 2, I am the greatest player that's ever lived. I have the record to prove it, and no one can dispute that. It wasn't like I just came for a year or two and it was over. I dominated for 12 to 14 years, and I believe can still dominate. I think I have more heart and ability than any other player. You take a Tiger Woods, for instance. He has that little extra something, and I think I have that. You're the man. Thank you. I don't, people think I talk.
Oh, yes.
To disrupt the other guy's game.
Oh, that's what I wanted, the little nudge.
But I don't need to beat a guy like that. I feel I'm going to win. I don't care who I play. It doesn't make any difference. I feel I'm the best player. I feel I'm going to win. I'm confident. Don't worry about it. This is what I like to tell all the people gunning for me. That's the women, the Hall of Famers, the older guys, the young guns. Well, guess what? I'm still the best player that's ever lived, and you know what? It's going to be your job to dethrone me. So let's bring it on.
Mike Siegel, not the only one that thinks he's the best. He was voted the world's greatest living pool player, 10-time world champ, current IPT leading money winner, the current king of the hill. You await the winner of these rounds, Mike. You await the challenger, that is, and you seem fairly confident that you'll stay the king.
I really haven't seen anyone that can beat me yet, so we'll see what happens.
Now, Mike, you taught Tom Cruise how to play pool in the color of money. Mika's doing really good. Is there anything you would tell Mika?
I would have to tell him, don't bump so many balls. That would be the only thing.
Okay, Corr. Duel needing to win this game to stay alive against Immonen. Mika with the break.
Now, how does this guy break?
Well, hard break, but the cue ball, watch the cue ball, and it gets a little bit funny here.
Yeah, he's going to have some trouble at the end of the table.
Actually, it turned out he had a great shot there.
Yeah, maybe no trouble at all.
It's funny with the 8-ball.
Have you clean the cue ball, please?
Here's something new.
Now tell us why he wants the cue ball cleaned.
Well, there's probably some chalk or something on the cue ball. Now, Mika cannot just pick the cue ball up. The referee must do that. You see, he puts that marker down, so the cue ball will go back in the exact same place. And a lot of times, especially on the break, foreign objects may get on the ball for some reason.
How much of this, though, Mike, is gamesmanship? Is there any gamesmanship here at all?
Yeah. Well, there. I mean, as far as is he doing that on purpose?
Yeah,
for
is
some...
he trying to
no.
get his head?
No. That's pretty common in pool. He made a nice shot there, but he's a little straight on this ball. But he must have some angle because he's shooting it quickly. Oh, he was all right there.
Doesn't look good for Corey at this point.
Corey might not get back onto the table here.
Yeah, this pool, he's going to draw the cue ball back, I believe, for the ball on the... Yeah, he's perfect. Pool's the toughest game sport in the world because you just never know when you're going to shoot. It's, you're sitting in that chair and you want to get up. And the guy could say, I'm playing perfect.
Well, this is our format because the winner breaks. In
Right.
other formats, it's alternate break.
Yes.
And which we don't think is very fair. So,
well, I believe that too. The winner of the game should break. It just adds a lot. I think it adds a lot more drama. Guys can run 4, 5, 6, 7 racks. If you're way behind, you can catch up.
This is pretty simple for Mika here.
Watch it. Ooh. He's actually perfect on the 8.
This is for the match.
The Iceman cometh. Mika Immonen with a match victory against Corey Duel.
Good shooting. I think we both played a perfect match. Good shooting. Except I broke and scratched every time.
So, Mika, a lot happier than the last time I spoke to you. How do you feel?
Yeah, definitely. I'm through, and I just beat Corey, and had a good margin, and I played a perfect match. Other than scratching twice, I didn't miss any balls, so I always ran out when I had the opportunity.
And what are you going to do after this to prepare for the next round?
I need a good night's sleep, and